Okay, so we are back at the park again for a quicker than usual update. Last video we talked about the Miata, the NB Miata. Just got it, and I said I would give you updates on when I got some quick updates, and here we are. Quick updates already. Here we go. We talked about getting the hardtop eventually, and here it is. After a few weeks, we already have a new hardtop on there. Now this thing here isn't perfect. It's a pretty cool hardtop. I think this is either a NA, a later version NA, or a NB hardtop, and there's numerous reasons for that. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But as you can see, it looks pretty good. Now, same color here. Now these cars here, these things are what, 30 to 20 years old, so it's really hard to get a color match on here, so it's not perfect, but it is close as possible to the original paint. Now this car here that I bought here has immaculate paint, so it's not going to match up to anything that's used on the market. So sooner or later I will have to paint this, repaint this very soon, and that's going to be my next goal once I get it to a location where that can be done. But let's take a walk around the car and see how it looks. As you can tell, the car still looks clean. The paint job is really good, and we'll take a closer look at the hardtop to show you some of the imperfections on here. This thing is not perfect, as you can see already right here. There's some fading on here, but it is a 20+ year top on here. So that's the one thing that's probably letting the car down. The back window also isn't tinted. I'm thinking about tinting it or removing the tint. Most likely I'll tint the back. It is really hot where I live, and yeah, there's a lot of privacy issues. As you can see, a lot of the components are still back there. You can see the soft top, so it's not ideal. You can see through it. The visibility is better. Now there are some benefits to having a hardtop. Obviously it is quieter in the cabin. There's also insulation on the later version of the hardtop. I do have the later version, so there is some insulation in here, so it does keep the cabin a little bit cooler in the summer and a little bit warmer in the winter. Besides that, just because of the design of the top, there is some other advantages, like you have a bigger window here compared to the window on the soft top, so there's better visibility, less blind spots on here. But overall, looking through the mirror, the rear view mirror, you have a lot more visibility, judging traffic behind you, next to you. So interesting. I didn't see that when I got it. On this side here, it looks pretty good. Looks like a one-stage coat, or the factory coat, to be honest with you. But you can see some imperfections on here, like some, you know, some dab paint or correction paint on here, some scratches and stuff like that. Over here as well, same thing. They just use like a pen, those repair pens, you know, you find in the stores. And it's not perfect for sure. It needs work. So this thing here should need another paint job, but overall the physical condition of the top is good. This thing is like a kind of like a fiberglass type material, and when you see cracks over here, it's really a big job to repair this Frankenstein bolt type thing right here. Now besides that, everything looks good. You still have some fading here. The top, the front looks good. All this stuff here can be repaired with a paint job. That's the better side of the top here. On this side, there's a lot more fading on here. You can see a little bit of sun fade, some more clear coat failure here. So you know, in the 90s, you know, Mazda, all these other Japanese manufacturers, they didn't have the best paint system, whether it be the base or the clear. I have a 90s car, even a 2000 Honda, and it does the same thing as well. There's a lot of fading going on here, but besides that, looks good. Here's most of your damage here, some chips, some fading, and then I think they used like a spray can or something to make it as close as possible. Hence the reason we have some overspray. It looks kind of orange-ish, reddish color. But besides that, inside looks good. We'll go on the other side, take a look at it, take a look at the top. And this side just as good as well. So just a paint job should fix that. Now, going on the inside here, another thing to look for when you're buying these tops, since they're really old, are these clips here, the front clips on here. These things tend to fail and tend to come off. Luckily, where I sourced this one from, these were really in good condition, so I have no issues with fitment here. But you can see this is the insulation on here. Looks like a kind of like a foam, kind of hard to see, but that reduces the noise. A lot of NVH issues and stuff like that, that all is repaired with this insulation on here. Besides that, the later tops have the advantage of having defrosters. So we have all these defrosters here in case it's you know, moisture on the glass, and you have the connection for it right here. Okay, so this looks good. Here's my soft top still here. I won't get rid of that. That's going to be an integral part of this car. I do like the tan top with this tan interior, and that really makes it. So no issues here, guys. It works pretty good. The only part that it's not the heaviest top, it's like around 40-45 pounds. So if you do have to want to replace it, it's pretty much a two-person job just because of the dimensions and the size of it. It's also on the edge or border of being kind of heavy, so it's hard, and you don't want to damage the paint. Especially in my car, I have really good paint. I don't want to scratch the paint on the car, so that will be a two-person job. But yeah, that was good. Now if you guys want any further information on the tops, what to look for, I can make a video on that. Like I said before, they made them for NA, NB1s, and NB2s, and they can vary in quality. They can also vary as far as the hardware on the inside, how to clamp onto the actual car, the chassis of the car. And that's all things that they've made changes to throughout the year. But overall, guys, I like it. It looks good. The car looks amazing, guys. Really good. And that's the only thing that's kind of letting it down. But from far, guys, look, from far, it looks good, right? Even the color is a little bit off here in the shade and sun. Now Mazda did change the color on these cars mid-cycle, although it's still red, classic red. They did change the color a little bit mid-cycle, so that's another tricky part I gotta figure out, but it looks good. I just wish I had a factory spoiler on there. The car is in the stock wheels, stock height, stock suspension, so it's a little bit higher than normal, but it does look amazing here, guys. So anyways, let me know what you think about the hardtop. Is this something that you want? One thing I did forget to mention was the price and availability of these things. They are not cheap, and they're hard to come by. So that's gonna put you in a situation. Should I spend X amount of dollars for one? Should I pick up a pretty beat up and used one, rough condition one? Or should I just snag the first good available and pay the price? And that's the issue I was faced with when I was looking for one of these. It was just like, these things are hard to find in my location. Shipping is gonna be a lot if I have to ship it from another state or country. And here's one right here, so I can just take advantage of the presence of it and then pay the premium. And that's kind of what I did. Now these things can range anywhere between $700 and $3,000 for a really good condition one. If you want to find a new one, it could be somewhere around $6,000 for a new one. In this case, it's just a used one, so mid-price, mid-average, and it's not the newest one either. So that guy's gonna hit someone. As I said before, if you want more information on the tops, what to look for in the top, leave that in the comment section. I'll answer those. And if there's enough demand or comments for it, I can make another video on what to look for in a hardtop. So let me know what you think about this top here. Are you looking for one of these, or is it worth it? Does it make the car look better or worse? I'm kind of torn on the looks of it. So anyways, let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.